Hey, here we are. It's a thing. It's me. It's Phil. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This is the official virtual release party for Burning Sensation. I probably should have had the DVD cover or something in front of me to show you. But thank you for turning out. The few of you here. We'll see some more people coming in. I'm going to show you some clips from the show tonight. I've got them all queued up over here on my other screen for you. I'll play you some songs maybe. I got a new little comedy bit that I've been working on that we can tune into. But if you do want to pick up Burning Sensation, I better turn some of this down so I don't feedback. If you do want to pick up Burning Sensation, you can go to philjohnsоncomedy.com. It's right there. You can get it on streaming, download, audio or video, Blu-ray, DVD, audio CD. It's available on Spotify, Apple Music, all the audio streamers. So it's everywhere. The video versions are only on my website right now. They'll be around later on. Hey Buck, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. So video will go out wider later, but right now it's only available on my website. Why? Because I make more money that way, and it was very expensive, and I have to start paying for it. So that's why. So head on over to philjohnsоncomedy.com now or when we're done or whatever, and pick up a copy of Burning Sensation. So I think let's show a little clip here first. I'm gonna tell you some stories as we go about the clips I'm showing you tonight, and there's some interesting stuff. This show took me 5 years to write, to reinforce everything. Reinforce, that's not the right word. To get it, to get the right words is what I'm saying, which are the wrong words are coming out of my mouth. But to really polish this show up and make it so that it didn't, that it made people laugh instead of just made them uncomfortable. It took 5 years with the filming. We did some filming in San Diego, and it was a disaster. And then we filmed a couple more shows just before all the lockdown stuff started. We finished filming in late February. So it was, nick of time, we finished filming this thing. And then I've been doing the post-production on it since then. So working with my crew on getting everything together. So it is available today. I'm very excited. It's weird to have a 5-year project all of a sudden be a thing that you can look at. I'm not done with it. I kind of wish I were done with it, but I have a lot more promotion and, all that kind of stuff to do. So anyway, let's take a look at a clip. I sounded like a TV show. Let's take a look at a clip. I'm going to make sure that I do this right. I always get this screen share thing messed up. But this first clip I'm going to show you is from early in the show. It's from the first 10 minutes or so of the show. And it's just a goofy little thing, and it was pretty fun. So let me make sure I get this right. We're going to share the audio because I always mess that up. And then we're going to go here and here. And you guys should be seeing that now, and here we go.
My girlfriend got suspicious when I started working out because she read in Cosmo that when a man in a relationship starts taking care of himself, he's looking to cheat. And that is because Cosmo makes shit up. Their job is to keep you paranoid and self-conscious so you'll keep buying amazing headlines like how acting like a cat will get people to come to you. That's a real article. I was like, what's the advice? Scratch the furniture and lick your crotch in public? That may gather a crowd now that I think about it. Like if you do it, miss, not if he does it, right? That's the difference. He does it, call the cops. You do it, get the cameras. Instagram wanted poster. That's the double standard. I mean, ironically, only one of you has actually probably tried to lick your own crotch.
All right. Wait, I'm coming back. There we go. I'm back. All right. I will get the hang of this streaming thing one of these days. So that bit, this was a tough show to do. It was never easy throughout any of it. The writing was difficult. The refining was difficult. That's the word I was looking for before refining. The filming was difficult. The post-production was difficult. This was the hardest show I have ever put together, and it's my 4th one. You would think it would get a little easier, but I'm hoping the next one gets easier. So that bit that you just saw, that little sort of crowd worky thing that I did there, I riffed one night at a club in Colorado Springs, Colorado, called Looney's Comedy Cafe? Looney's, it's Looney's. We'd just call it Looney's. And I riffed that with the crowd one night, and it got a big laugh. And so sometimes I do a lot of writing at home in front of a laptop at my desk in my office. Tap, 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 tap. That's the way I write. But every so often you get a gem that comes out on stage and it sticks. And that was one of them. And the whole Cosmo conversation, that actually was one that I did have with my girlfriend. So there you go. All right, so let's see another clip here. This one, speaking of my girlfriend, do I want to do that one? Yeah, we'll do that one. So my girlfriend is Singaporean, and which means she likes spicy food. And so this is a little bit about spicy food. All right, we're going to make sure we do it right. Gonna do it right. I'm gonna get just. By the way, if anything sounds weird or isn't working, or if I forget to turn the audio on or something, just stick a comment in there somewhere so that I can see that. And do leave comments, because I don't know what you guys are thinking or saying. I got emojis up here. That's nice to see. But I like comments because it tells me that you're out there and I'm not just yelling into the void of the internet. All right. So anyway, let's see this next bit here about spicy food. Give me 1 second, and here we go.
Now, being with a Singaporean girl means getting used to eating spicy food. That's very important in her culture. And I was never a spicy food guy before her. I really wasn't. I like my food like I like my women. Safe to eat without a burning sensation. And if you were offended at that being a sex joke, don't be. That's a cannibalism joke. See, so much better as a sex joke now, right? Reframe the problem. That's what I say. But I don't get it. Spicy food, to me, that is just taking an enjoyable activity and making it painful. And I'm not down with that. Like all that 50 Shades of Grey stuff, that's not for me because I enjoy reading. But she likes food that requires a safe word. She really does. And my safe word is milk. And she loves to watch me eat spicy food. She laughs at me. Laughs. I said, why do you laugh when this Chinese food is causing me pain? She said, railroads. Taking one for the team, you guys. All right.
And there we go. That is part of the spicy food bit. There's more to it, of course. I'm only showing you the little clips tonight. Again, you can see the whole special if you go to philjohnsоncomedy.com. You can stream, download, listen, watch, all that kind of stuff. DVDs, Blu-rays, all the good stuff. And so now you saw the joke where the title of the show came from, Burning Sensation. And the reason I was going through the show and I was looking for titles, and the reason I called it Burning Sensation was because there's two ways that you can say that phrase. You can say something is a burning sensation, which means it's about to become really popular, it's a hot commodity, or you can say it's a burning sensation, which is something that hurts and makes you kind of rethink what you were doing. And this show was hopefully both. It's going to be hopefully the first one. It is definitely the latter for me. And it was kind of a show where people came out of it thinking some differently about some of the things that they thought along the way too. And I got in not big trouble, but I made people uncomfortable with a little bit of some of the race-based humor. Now, not racist humor, of course, but race-based humor, which makes some people uncomfortable. White people. It mostly makes white people uncomfortable. And it was a big thing during the writing of this show. And the getting it together and touring it and seeing what gelled with people and what didn't was making the race stuff okay to come out of my mouth. It's always jokes about white people, by the way. If you just listen through to the end of the joke, it's always jokes about white people from the point of view of the other non-white people that I'm talking about. The non-white people, I guess it's okay to say that in that particular context, but. So those are discussions that my girlfriend and I have actually had. Now, for instance, that railroad joke I was very proud of it. My girlfriend didn't think people would get it necessarily, but I ran it by a few of my Asian friends. I ran it by, if you've ever seen Irene 2, very funny Asian comic, and she and I were having dinner one night before a show, and I told her that joke, and she laughed very hard, and she said, that is a good joke. So those are the people that I check it by. I don't check them by the uncomfortable white people who don't like the jokes. I check them by the people that I'm mentioning in the jokes. And so I really enjoy that railroad joke. I think it's fun. And yeah, the spicy food stuff I still have trouble with. But now my girlfriend, she got some stomach problems. Sometimes we don't eat spicy food that much anymore, and usually when we do, I outdo her. If you've seen the cover of Burning Sensation, you saw those hot sauce bottles. We actually went and bought hot sauce in all those different colors, and we're still working our way through all those hot sauce bottles. So we have plenty of hot sauce to go around. Okay, so let's do another clip here. This one I think is the heart of the show. When we talk about sort of what this show is about, and the uncomfortableness of some of the parts of this show, this is the joke that I sort of formed the rest of the show around. And I wanted to open with this joke and did not, and I'll tell you why after. Okay? So let's check this one out here. Let me click that, and I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click that, and click that, and we're going here.
So I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in San Jose, and it's such a wonderful place because there's so many different kinds of people. We get to learn about each other's lives and cultures and walk in each other's shoes a little bit. That's important stuff. Like I'm beginning to understand just a small part of the African American experience in this country, because white people always want to touch my hair too. And if you are a white people and did not understand that joke, you've not been around enough black people. All right? That's all it is. That's all it is.
And right there, that is maybe my favorite joke in the show, or at least one of my favorite jokes in the show. And because that is a thing that happens to guys that have hair like I do, is white people, specifically white women, always want to touch my hair. They're always asking to braid my hair. It happens constantly. And I can always tell, after I've done that joke in the show, who wasn't paying attention among the white lady crowd, because they will come up and immediately go, "Can I braid your hair?" And I go, "No, you didn't listen to the show." But here's the thing. I wanted to open with that joke. Why? There's a little bit of shock value, certainly. And I thought it would set the tone for the show. And I did try opening with it a few times, or at least doing it early in the show, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well. It made people uncomfortable. And I was doing a weekend of shows with Alicia Wood from Portland. She's from Portland or Seattle, but I think Portland. I was doing a weekend of shows with Alicia in Medford, Oregon. We were playing a place there. And Alicia's very funny. I've known her almost the entire time I've been doing comedy. She's great. And we were having lunch, and she said, here's the thing why that doesn't work early in the show is you don't have any race cred yet when you're doing it early in the show. She said you need to flip it with the stuff about your Chinese girlfriend. Do that first so that you got some interracial credibility. And then when you do the thing about black hair, it's going to come off a lot better. So that night, I flipped it around. It clicked right in the show, and that's the way I always kept it after that. But I really, really, really wanted to open the show with that as just kind of a kick in the teeth. But it didn't work out that way. In a black room with a black audience, I would 100% open with that joke because it gets the biggest laugh from them. I'm a big fan of having lots of different people in the audience. I'll tell you a story. I was playing in Chattanooga, Tennessee last year before. It must have been the year before. I was playing at... can't think of the name of the club there. I was playing with Landry, another great comic, at... the comedy, comedy, I can't think of it. Anyway, the comedy club in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was playing there, and the first show was mostly white people, and they just sat there very uncomfortable with sort of both of us. And then the next night, the first show was maybe 2/3 African American and 1/3 white people, and the place just exploded with every joke. It was so much fun. And Landry said, "See, Landry, who is also half black, half white, he said, see, we just need a little color in the room," and that was it. So I love playing for audiences where there's some color in the room, and not all of anything, because the more diversity we have in the room, the more the jokes land, the more fun it is. And so I love playing shows like that. So that joke about white people wanting to touch my hair and identifying with a little bit of black culture on that that became the heart of the show that really I built sort of everything else around in this one. Okay. So, let's see. So here's another this is one that came a little bit later after I wrote the last joke that I did. And, thank you, Stephen, for that comment. I appreciate that. And so this next one here is about interracial relationships. And so this one comes earlier in the show, before the bit that I just showed you. I'm showing them to you out of order for some reason. If you want to see them in the correct order, you go to philjohnsоncomedy.com and you can see. I'm only showing you little clips tonight, too. This is there's 69 minutes, 69 minutes to the show on the full special. So anyway, this next one is a bit about talking to people about being in an interracial relationship here. So let's we'll do that, and we'll do that. We'll share the audio, and where is it? I'm gonna find it here. Yep, there it is. You may have seen this one before. This was a single that I put out before the album came out, but here we go.
See, because there's no reason to hate on people because of the way they were born, right? That's a waste of calories. Nothing's going to change. And I feel like in a city like this, that's pandering. In some cities I play in, that is a goddamn revelation, okay? Like I was doing a gig when I talked about my girlfriend on stage. This guy comes up to me after and he goes, "I don't like Chinese people." I said, "Well, I don't think they're going to stop being Chinese for you." As if in Beijing, they're going to be like, "All right, everybody, we're laying off the Chinese thing for a while." There's a guy in West Virginia doesn't like it for some reason, but 4,000 years, pretty good run, pretty good run. That's it, eyes wide open, we're using forks now, people. It's not going to happen. It's ridiculous. My girlfriend's Chinese. I've never once seen her stop being Chinese. I mean, I'm not there all the time. Maybe when I'm not home, she's on mayonnaise and NASCAR, but when I get back, all her shoes are still by the door. So I think she's going to stick it out. That's not entirely true. Whenever she hears hip-hop music, she goes, "Yo, yo, 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 yo." That is the whitest shit I've ever seen. So there's no good reason to hate on people because of the way they're born. Wasted calories. Nothing's going to change. There are plenty of other good reasons to hate people, all right? Plenty. I will give you a good example. I was doing a show one night. In the back of the room, there's a table of 3 women talking through the entire show. Chatty, 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 all right? And don't do that. To a comedian, that is like texting during sex, okay? Just sidebar. Mentioned that on stage one night. I said, that is like texting during sex. I see a lady at the one table elbow her boyfriend. I was like, hang on. I said, did he do that? And she said, yeah, he tried to convince me that was sexting. Guys, eyes on the road when you're going through the tunnel. Eyes on the road. No. So it's a table of 3 women at this gig, and they're yakking away in the back row. And I've been doing this a long time. I just ignored them, you know. And then the waitress walked up to their table, and the leader of the group says, loud enough for everybody to hear, "We're all gluten-free." Boom, hate time. Now we can hate. Now we can hate. Oh, you got 3 celiac disease victims at the same table? What are the odds? It must be a meetup. Now, look, if you actually have a disease where you need to eat gluten-free, by all means, please eat gluten-free. But if you one time accidentally ate a large pizza by yourself and felt bloated, you're not gluten intolerant. You were drunk and sad. That is a different affliction.
All right, so there was that one. That is, as a bit, that is part of a larger bit that is my favorite chunk of the show. It's called Adventures in Florida. And I like it because it goes in so many different places and then finally comes back around, back to the beginning, sort of. It wraps around on itself at the end. And I get to talk about a lot of different things in that show. Thanks, Steve. Thank you very much. So it's my favorite bit. So if there's one track you're going to listen to Like if you go to Spotify and you put in Burning Sensation, if there's one track you're going to listen to, Steve's wife is cry laughing. That's awesome. That's awesome. If there's one track you listen to, it's called Adventures in Florida. That is the bit that comes from. It's much longer than what you saw there. And it is my favorite chunk of the show. So there's that. And so I was doing the stuff about Asians and the stuff about, thank you, Louie. I appreciate that, man. Good to see you here. And so I was doing some of the bit about Asian people in a show in Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, at the Comedy Cafe. I don't know, all these places run together. Sometimes the names, they're all sort of similar. So I was playing this place in Fort Myers, Florida, and I'm doing stuff about my Asian girlfriend and getting nothing from this audience, just like nothing. And I finished the bit and I said, you guys are reacting like you haven't met an Asian person since the ones you killed in the war. And that maybe should have made them uncomfortable, maybe should have made them laugh, made them cheer. Made them cheer. Yeah, made them cheer. That was deeply uncomfortable. I had another half an hour to go on my show on that stage that night. Probably move some things around after that. But hey, there's Florida for you. Anyway, so that's from Adventures in Florida. So that's the track that you want to check out there. And again, PhilJohnsonComedy.com is where you can get all that stuff. But it has been interesting doing the race material. There's been a lot of very uncomfortable shows doing this. I can remember in 2016, right after the election, right about this same time of year. Oh, hey, Eli's coming in. Cool. We'll pop him on in a second. Right about this same time of year, I was in 2016, right after the election, I was playing in Wisconsin, and that audience really just wanted nothing to do with anything. It was a very down kind of show. I was doing the best I could, but they just were like, I don't really want to hear anything right now. I don't know why they came to a comedy club. They tried, but it was a really rough show. This year, not on the road at this time of year at all, because I'm here with you doing this thing on the internet. So anyway, we got a guest popping in here. This is Eli. Let me bring Eli in. What's up, Eli? Hang on. Let me put my headphones on so I can hear you, man. How's it going, Eli?
It's going well.
Good, well. Man. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Yeah. Everybody, Eli, everybody.
Loving your show.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you popped in to say hi. What have you been doing during the lockdown here?
Oh, I'm just working.
Just working? Okay, me too. Never been happier. Why is that?
The satisfaction. What you're feeling now, after this 5 years, I'm at that same point. That satisfaction of a job well done.
Okay.
It's me. My heart is.
Good. What's the job? What are you doing?
I fix people's wine cellars.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah, the refrigeration first responder.
Very cool. That's right. Yes. So if you guys have a wine cellar, I know at least 80% of you are rich enough to have wine cellars. Eli's the guy that you go to when you need a nice wine cellar and fixing it up. He does great work from what I hear. So that's very cool. Thank you, Eli, for stopping in. We're going to see another clip, man. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, so if it's not enough that I get myself in trouble talking about race relations and things like that, I also get myself in trouble talking about religion on stage. So that's what we're going to do here. This comes from a bit called The Last Time I Was Tipsy, which is about the very last time I was drunk, which was my first communion. Specifically, first communion rehearsal, because they used real wine in the cups. There's a lot more to this bit, so I'm kind of giving you the introduction right up front here. But they used real wine, and we had to keep rehearsing over and over and over. So that's this comes from that bit right there. I'll keep talking while I do the thing. This is like being a DJ or something. Let's see here. Okay, so here we go. This one is called Communion.
So at the rehearsal for my first communion, they used real wine in the cups. And I don't know how much experience you guys have working with groups of 7-year-olds, but they're not known for getting shit right the first time. So we're going around. Round 7, wine. Round 8, wine. Round 9, wine. Round 10, Irish car bombs. That seemed over the top. Little much, got a little broy in there all of a sudden. The priest dropped the shot in and went, and now we're reading from the first letter of Saint Brody to his Twitter followers. And the Lord did say, chug, 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 show us your tits. The Lord then picked up the weed brownie and said to his disciples, "Take this brownie and eat from it, for it is my body, no homo."
All right. How do I undo this? Okay, hang on. What's going on? There we go. All right, we're back. I clicked the wrong thing. I think my mouse is dying. Excuse me. So that kind of stuff, doing that kind of stuff on stage often gets me in trouble. But what I like is that people come up to me after and they go, "I'm Catholic, and that was funny." And so that's when I know if the people that are in the joke think it's funny, that's how I know I'm doing it right. The people who aren't in that group and get uncomfortable with it, I don't listen to them. And there's a lot of those people. But you guys are here because you get it, and I appreciate that. So that one, yeah, actually, when I did my first communion at the rehearsal, they used real wine in the cups, and we had to go around like 7, 8, 9 times practicing this, and we were all a little bit drunk, a bunch of drunk 7-year-olds when our parents came to pick us up at the end of that rehearsal. So it was funny. Yes, the no homo. That is, thanks, Steve. That is my favorite part of that. That was the button on it that it absolutely needed. Let's see. I think I have one more clip to show you guys tonight. And then, of course, you can see this is just little parts of it. It's a 69-minute show. 69-minute show. Thanks, Louie. And you can check it out at philjohnsоncomedy.com. Stream it, download it, Blu-ray, DVD, CD, Spotify, Apple Music, all the places you can get Burning Sensation. Okay, and so this last clip I'm going to show you, and after we do this clip, I got some more stuff in store for you. I'm going to do a little comedy for you. I'm going to sing some songs. We'll have a good old time. And so this last clip is from later in the show, because the way that I structure a show is I open up with some personal stuff that is a little bit self-deprecating to get the audience on my side. I don't necessarily like doing self-deprecating material, because if I wanted to be made fun of, I'd go back to middle school. But I do a little bit of self-deprecating personal material at the beginning of the show to get the audience on my side. The middle of the show is the deeper, uncomfortable stuff about race, religion, and donuts. And then towards the end of the show, I have to bring them back. I have to bring the audience back, so that's when we get to the dirty, ridiculous stuff, and then the songs. By the way, there are songs in this show. I'm not going to show you any tonight. There's only 3 in the show at the end, and I'm gonna you can watch the whole special to see the songs that are in there. But let's check out this last clip. This is from towards the back half of the show, and it's the dirty, ridiculous stuff. Okay, so let's go here, and I'm getting the hang of this. I am gonna get this right one of these days. And where is it? It's this one. This was actually the second single that I put out from this one. So here we go.
Here's my question. As a male, where do we stop shaving? Because ladies, you have a clearing at the edge of the brush. Guys are like the forest moon of Endor. That is the Kiki's body hair joke you'll hear this side of Kashyyyk, guaranteed. You can't leave like a big blank, like nuclear blast zone, mushroom cloud. That's not gonna work. Because then you were the subject of your own documentary. Vegetation no longer grows on the site of this disaster. Not even the animals come back to this place. It's gonna look like your male pattern baldness started in a weird spot, is it not? And it is so hard to pull off the leg hair comb over. It really is. Because people notice, they're like, oh my God, that guy's got a comb over and no pants on. Why is he in this daycare center?
All right, so there's that one. Like I said, dirty, ridiculous. That's the stuff that brings them back after I talk about race and religion for 25 minutes. And so that one's funny, and all you hairy guys, I'm sure, identify with that. Where do we stop the shaving? It's ridiculous. Hey, Eli, Buck says that he has a rum cellar, so maybe you guys should hook up on that one. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to... Eli, thanks for coming in. I'm going to pop you back off the screen here. You can watch in the background. I'm going to do a little bit of new stand-up for you guys. Everybody say, yay for Eli and his wine cellar business. Thank you for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it. You've been hanging in a long time with me, man. I appreciate it a lot.
Thanks.
All right, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of new stuff tonight, and I have a new bit that I've been playing around with on my laptop. that I don't know where it fits in the current show that I'm writing at all. So I thought I'd do it for you guys tonight. The thing is, and yes, I'm reading it off notes because I haven't. When I get back to doing regular shows, I'm gonna have to break myself of this habit of reading stuff off paper because I haven't done that for a while. Anyway, I'm gonna take these off. So one of the things that during quarantine, you miss the little things, like I have discovered that I miss people playing inappropriate loud music. Not inappropriate loud, but inappropriate music, okay? Like one time I pulled up at a stoplight and the car next to me was blasting, "Cherish the love we have. We should cherish the life we live." Yeah, they really were. "Cherish the love. Cherish the love." Okay, that's not a song that you blast in the ride, man. Like, how would you think if you pulled up next to me at a stoplight and you heard, "You are so beautiful to me"? That would be ridiculous, right? You don't blast "Cherish" in the car. If you're gonna blast some Kool and the Gang in the car, you blast like "Get Down on It," right? Maybe Celebration, but that looks a little sad when you're by yourself. Celebration is a song that requires a group of people to be fun. By yourself, it's just sad. But I was looking at this guy and I'm thinking, can you imagine being in a romantic situation with this guy, right? Him and his lady in the bedroom, and he's like, "Yeah, come here, baby." "What?" I said, "Yeah, come here, baby." "What? Turn the music down." It would be ridiculous. And I don't know. Some people keep the lights on or keep the lights off, right? They keep the lights off because they're uncomfortable with the way they look. Maybe that guy makes weird noises or something, He's like, no, the music has to stay loud so you don't hear the goat sounds. Cherish the man! Cherish the man! His lady doesn't need that. Does not need that at all. And if you're blasting Cherish in your car, I better see you crying. Okay? Because you could definitely blast Cherish in a kind of fuck that asshole kind of way, right? Like it's the last time you're ever listening to our song. Okay? You'll get over it. You're going to be okay. And you will never listen to Cherish again. Okay? The only other option I could think of, well, because let me make sure I move some stuff around here. Because but this guy, now I'm totally lost. Now I've totally lost myself in this bit. Hang on one second. Let me just look at my names, my notes here. Camera baby. All right. Okay. Yeah, because this guy was not crying. Not crying. This guy was not crying. He was sitting dead still in morning commute. Just hands at 10 and 2, glassy-eyed. Obviously not cherishing anything right then. It's very strange. So the only other option I could think of was that he was listening to a playlist called Wedding DJ's Greatest Hits. Right? Because Cherish isn't a song that you listen to on purpose. Cherish is a song that you hear at wedding receptions and at a dentist's office. Right? You're going in, get your molar filled, they're playing KT, blah, 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 light rock, less talk, and Cherish comes on. It's the only time you hear it. Or at a wedding reception. Because, I was like a wedding DJ. That was a wedding DJ playlist. I swear, if I pulled up at the next stoplight, I was going to see da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da in his driver's seat. Or just 10 and 2, glassy-eyed, morning commute, not cherishing anything. Kool and the Gang rules the wedding reception playlist. They do. They got a Cherish, Celebration, Get Down on It, Ladies Night. You're going to hear all of those. I mean, that is an amazing feat to overcome such a stupid band name. Kool and the Gang. Kool and the Gang? Really? Kool and the Gang sounds like a bunch of fat white dudes in Hawaiian shirts playing classic rock covers at a bar on Wednesday so they can drink free. That's what Kool and the Gang sounds like. But I looked it up, and the band was started by Robert Kool Bell and his brother, Ronald. Yeah, Cool and Ronald. No nickname for Ronald. Why? Because the only nickname you give a guy named Ronald is McDonald. And you can't name your band Cool and Robin. Sorry, it always makes me laugh. You can't name your band Cool and Ronald McDonald. It just doesn't roll off the tongue, as you can see right then. And I have to say, I don't think anybody gave Robert the nickname Cool. I think that's a nickname he gave himself. It sounds like a nickname he'd give himself, right? He's like, oh, my name's Robert, but my friends call me Cool. No, they don't, Robert. No, they don't. Maybe once in a while behind your back, ironically. But that's it. And this was not the first name they picked. They tried out other names before they became Cool in the Gang. Their first name was the Jazziacs. Yeah, that's the fat white dudes in skinny ties that play the cigar bar on Tuesdays. All right, there's going to be more to that. And I don't know what it's going to be, and I don't know where it'll end up, but that was some little stuff I wrote about Cool in the Gang, because you know what? Cool in the Gang doesn't get enough shit for their name. That's all I think. So I've shown you all the clips. I've done a little bit of comedy. I guess I can play you a few songs. Thank you guys for hanging in there. It's fun doing this for you guys. And again, Phil Johnson Comedy is where you can get Burning Sensation. Please, 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 please go buy Burning Sensation, because I have to pay for it now. See, here's the thing. Oh, I'll tell you a couple other things about the special. First of all, it was not done through Netflix or Comedy Dynamics or any of these companies that do these things, 800 Pound Gorilla Records or anything like that. I completely financed and paid for the whole thing myself because I don't wait for people to tell me, yes, I can do things. I just go do them. So I did spend a lot of money on this special, so please do go buy it. You'll also notice that in those clips, there's two different venues, right? Yeah, two different places. So here's what happened. Last August, we filmed two shows at the Comedy Palace in San Diego, California, which is one of my favorite clubs. And we had a great audience. The second show that night was good. The first show that night was literally the most perfect show I've ever done. I think I missed one joke out of the whole show that didn't land. Everything else just destroyed. We filmed both shows, and the guy that was running the audio and running to the cameras completely blew it because he was late getting there and didn't have time to do it right. Ugh, yes, I'm still trying to get my money back from him, wouldn't you know? So when I went and looked at the footage and heard the audio, it was just completely unusable. Nothing was usable. And so that's when we decided we had to do it again. Some of my friends, Vincent Lowe, jumped in to help me produce the redo version of this. And our original plan was to film 4 shows at 4 different venues, so that you could kind of, sort of come on the road with me, that kind of vibe, and see what happens in different venues, because not every joke works for every audience. When you see these comedy specials on Comedy Central, Netflix, and things like that, they film 2 or 3 shows, and then they edit together the best parts. So I just decided to do away with the illusion of it all being one show and just take you around to some of my favorite venues. So we were going to film 4 shows. 3 of them actually happened. 1 of them didn't. The one show that you saw there was at Art Boutique in San Jose, California, which is the same place that I filmed my last special at. Wonderful audience there. And the other show you saw was at Sally Tomatoes in Rohnert Park, California, which is, like you could see, not as pretty a venue, but man, the audiences are so fun there. So fun. So that was a really fun show as well. Both of those shows were good. And then the third show we filmed was at DNA's Comedy Lab in Santa Cruz. And those shows we filmed the first show that night. We didn't film both. We filmed the first show that night. Also super fun, but not enough people in the audience to keep up with what the other 2 shows were. We had a little bit light crowd that night, and that's the way it went. So, but there is footage from DNA's Comedy Lab in the special. I want to see if you can spot it. You'll maybe be able to spot it. But look for DNA's Comedy Lab, and part of the special, it's just not the parts where I'm telling jokes. So, okay, so that's what we did. I'll play some songs for you, and I'm a little bit torn on what to play. If you guys have a request of something you'd like to hear, drop it in the comments. I'm happy to give it a shot for you. But I was talking today to somebody that does talent booking for a TV show, and I need to send her a demo video next week. It's not going to be this, but I do have to surf through some of my material, specifically comedy music stuff, to see if I've got anything that will, work for the show that's clean enough for 8 p.m. Who knows? I do not know what I've got that's going to work for that and is still super funny. So we'll find out. But anyway, I might play you a couple of those songs tonight. that I'm thinking about sending her so that I can get some practice on those as well. But anyway, let's see here. This one definitely not going in the show. This is a song about the Spanish teacher from my high school. Let's see. Let me make sure. Hope you guys can hear the guitar. If you can't hear something, then just throw a comment in there and I'll fix it. She rose like a rose from the desert, a señorita with textbook in hand. One never failed to drop things neath her desk, 'cause she wore nothing up under her dress. Miss Garcia, the vaguely slutty Spanish teacher. What young man could learn how to roll his R's when his pants look like he is hiding cigars? The only phrase in his mind is estoy cachando, which is Spanish for I'm super horny. Visions of hot dogs wrapped in tortillas, 'twas the legend of Miss Garcia. Things got weird when she taught the Melboro. It's a donkey or ass, she would say. Now use it in a sentence, Frank, you're up to bat. He said, can I wear your burro as a hat? Miss Garcia, the vaguely slutty Spanish teacher. Girls in the class conjugate verbs correct. The boys cannot think 'cause they're fully erect. She tells them El Gato, es mean pussycat. The 10 boys run for the bathroom, except for poor Carlos, 'cause she is his tia. Was the legend of Miss Garcia. They scream, te amo, as they throw roses at her feet. To get a look at her back seat, like a piñata filled with meat. Miss Garcia, the vaguely slutty Spanish teacher. They try to get her outside on a good windy day, like a Mexican Maryland on a subway grate. If the wind is just right, you'd swear you smell tacos, and the boys become stiff as the breeze. They hoped she was easy like a shelf from Ikea. 'Twas the legend of Miss Garcia. Things got... Nope, that wasn't it. To me, it was hearsay and rumor, second-hand knowledge at best. My own thirst for truth would never be quenched, because I took French. There we go. That one will never be on at 8 p.m. on a network. Yeah, the Spanish teacher from my high school did kind of have that reputation. Her name was not Ms. Garcia. I don't remember what it was, but I had to find something that I could rhyme words with. So it ended up being Garcia. That song was actually in my last comedy special, Pretty From the Back, which is also available at philjohnsоncomedy.com. I actually remastered all my old specials in 1080. So they all look wonderful again, all 4 of them, plus the show, thanks Louie, plus the show with my band, Raising a Raucous, the live concert film that we recorded back in 2007. All of it has been remastered in 1080p, so it will look wonderful on your big screen TV, and you can get those all at philjohnsоncomedy.com. So here's a song that I think I might send for that demo tape this week. I don't even want to tell you what show it's for, because it's a show I've talked so much smack about over the years. I'm not sure I should actually do it. But anyway, here's a song called All We Need Is Love, not the Beatles song. All we need is love. All we need is love and oxygen and Wi-Fi. All we need oxygen and Wi-Fi and coffee and a cell phone. Better have Netflix. Need a microwave. Yes, all we need is love. So, we'll see what Howie Mandel thinks of that one. Ooh, should have said that. Anyway, I probably won't even be on the show. I don't even want to be on the show, but I might. So we never know. Let's see. Oh, I know it's a little bit early in the season, but all the stores are putting out the Christmas garbage. So maybe we'll do a couple Christmas songs. Yeah. I got one Christmas song, maybe two here. Oh, speaking of which, 2 weeks from now, I have a brand new single coming out. I know I've been releasing stuff like crazy. Normally, my release cycle should be every 6 weeks you guys get something new. That sort of maximizes everything. But the way it worked out on the release of this special, I needed to get it out. So we had every 2 weeks I've been releasing stuff. And 2 weeks from now, you're going to get a brand new Christmas single from me. I don't even want to tell you the title of it yet because it gives away the joke. But you'll see it the day after Thanksgiving. Watch for a new Christmas song coming out on all the places where you get my songs. All right. So anyway, this is not that Christmas song. This is a Christmas song about carolers showing up at the door. There came a knock upon my door. I was greeted with carols and harmonies galore. They sang their little heart outs, these children so adored. I listened for many minutes and then I thanked them. Sorry I'm not wearing pants, I slurred. And as they closed the door, I yelled, "Free bird!" Once again, probably not going to show up at 8 p.m. on TV, but that's the way it goes with me. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I'll do another Christmas song here. This is a Christmas song that came out quite a few years ago, actually, with my band Roadside Attraction. We recorded it. The booking agent we were working with at the time, she said, we need to get you a cool Christmas gig to do this with. And she suggested Christmas in the Park in downtown San Jose, which is a family event where they put up Christmas trees and displays and these little animatronic figures, and everybody goes and looks at all the stuff. And we put together a Toys for Tots benefit, and a bunch of bands had a stage there. It was very, very fun. And all the bands were doing great. We went up. We were doing great. I was dressed like Santa Claus, but not like a bad mall Santa Claus. That's the way I was dressed for this show. Anyway, the crowd's having a great time, and we get into this next song, and the crowd goes insane for it. And it went so well. I was really happy. And the next day, my agent calls me, and she says, yeah, Christmas in the Park people loved the event. I said, great. She said, except for you guys are never allowed to play there again. So this is the song that got us banned from playing Christmas in the Park in San Jose ever again. And I don't know if I've ever performed it solo here before, so we'll see how it goes. It's called What Santa Wants. When I was a young warthog, I asked for a Christmas gift. A red Rhino BB gun to give my world a little lift. They said I'd shoot my eyes out, but I asked Santa anyway. I put out the milk and cookies, and woke up on Christmas Day. Find 2 packs of find 2 packs of underwear, a turtleneck, and a book on the chemical composition of fossils found in Antarctic glaciers. See, I've never done this by myself before. But I got a new trick to make Santa click and give me everything I want. Cause I know what Santa wants, what Santa wants, what Santa wants, yeah! He wants a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. Santa's damn generous when he's feeling no pain. Cookies and milk are nice, but it just ain't the same. He has a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. I went on a search to get what I need, and I found it in my hood. I met a guy who had the stuff to get Santa off real good. He said, Christmas time is yours this year. The fat man will love these chicks. They do this special Christmas trick with tree flock and curling ribbon and eggnog. And now I got a new chick, get Santa quick and give me everything I want. 'Cause I know what Santa wants. What Santa wants: a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. I said Santa's damn generous when he's feeling no pain. Cookies and milk are nice, but it just ain't the same. He has a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. I went downstairs to take a little peek at the man with the beard, see what I could see. He did the line and he did the booze, but he hadn't touched the hose. Could Santa be gay? Oh no, there he goes. And now I got a new trick to make Santa click. Give me everything I want. 'Cause I know what Santa wants. What Santa wants: a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. I said Santa's damn generous when he's feeling no pain. Cookies and milk are nice, but it just ain't the same. There's a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. There's a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers, and a lot of cocaine. There's a bottle of whiskey, 2 hookers. Dad, is that you? And that's the end of that song right there. That's called What Santa Wants. And I will tell you, the line that got us banned from Christmas in the Park is, could Santa be gay? That was the part they had a problem with. The cocaine, the hookers, they were okay with that. That was fine. But when we questioned Santa Claus's sexuality, that's when the old white people on the Christmas in the Park committee got uncomfortable. Because that seems to be a theme of my career, is making people slightly uncomfortable. Anyway, the crowd loved it. That song is available on all the audio streamers if you want to check it out. It's called What Santa Wants. It's one of my favorite recordings of ours of all time. Big horn section. Buck just fell out of his chair. Thanks, Louie. I appreciate you guys liking that song. But go listen to it. The full band arrangement is so much better than what I just did for you. It's really one of my favorite recordings. Don Budd did the engineering on it, and it sounds fantastic. Big horn section, the whole deal. And so there is Christmas stuff coming out day after Thanksgiving. Brand new song that I'll have for you guys. And it's a song. It's a song that I hope does well this year and then never again. I'll give you a hint about it right there. So I think that's it. I think my voice is wearing out. And I think that's going to be our event for this evening. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate you coming in to celebrate the release of Burning Sensation. Please, 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 please go buy Burning Sensation at philjohnsоncomedy.com. If you listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, that's great. I get fractions of a penny when you do that. And if you go buy it from my website, I get almost all the money, which is great. I got to give Gumroad and Bandcamp a little piece of it, but I get nearly all the money. And so that's where you can get the video stuff for right now. And then later, we'll see what happens with it. There's more to be done. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you, Buck, and thank you, Louie, and thank you, Steve, and thank you, everybody else who's watching and leaving comments and all that kind of good stuff. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy all of Burning Sensation when you have a chance to watch it. All right? So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks. Bye.